Hey, what's cracking everybody? Dan from Computer Games Hardware. Today on the channel, we're going to do something a little bit different. It wouldn't be Computer Games Hardware without talking about some gaming hardware. So I just want to jump in here and talk about the Xbox ROG Ally. Because out of all the handhelds, actually, I think this one looks pretty cool. Now, what they've done with this thing is they've taken a ROG Ally and they've Xboxed it a little bit. I like the ergonomics on the handles. It looks like they've just stretched out a Xbox controller and slapped a big screen with it, and I kind of like that. Sort of like Sony's PlayStation accessory, the PS5 accessory. I kind of like it. It still looks a little bit roggy, but I like that they've put in the Xbox stuff. They've made it a little bit smoother. It looks a little bit more like an Xbox, which I don't mind. I wish that ROG would take some cues from Xbox and soften their things a little bit, because traditionally I haven't liked them that much, but this one doesn't look too bad. I like that it's got the impulse triggers, it's got a 1080p display, it's got a AMD Ryzen AI processor. So this thing is going to absolutely slap. Another thing is, of course, this is doing the whole everything is an Xbox. So this thing comes in two flavors, chocolate and vanilla. For the vanilla flavor, we've got the ROG Xbox Ally. This thing comes with the AMD Ryzen Z2A APU with 16 gigabytes of memory and 512 gigabytes of storage. Not too bad. For the chocolate flavor, which is the high-end one, we've got the ROG Xbox Ally X. So this thing comes with the Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme AI processor with 24 gigabytes of memory and 1 terabyte of storage. So what they've done here is they've put the money where their mouth is, and they've really given you some good hearty options. I'm really glad that they went with 16 gigabytes on the base model, and they've really put in to give you a high-end experience. The ROG Xbox Ally X would absolutely feel like a premium console. So I'm really glad they did this instead of, changing the screen resolutions and things like that. You're going to get a pretty good experience no matter what you choose. And that's really good. That's what makes it pretty interesting to me. Pairing it with Game Pass would be absolutely killer. Having all your, Xbox Game Pass games on the go with this thing would be pretty sick. Now, to me, this looks like one of those couch handheld consoles, which is fine. That's how I use handhelds anyway, but this thing looks really impressive. So I like that. I think it's got Steam Deck levels of appeal, having your whole Xbox library with you to, be able to game on the go with the quality that they've been. And do you know what? I've been pretty down on Xbox as well, with all the acquisitions and things like that, which, hasn't, really come up with anything rock solid for the last couple of years. But I think Xbox are hitting their stride right now. Lots of people criticize their sort of strategy, but I think it's starting to pay off a little bit. If this thing hits, it's going to be really impressive. Now, the caveat probably is when we say Game Pass, I think they have to reimagine what Game Pass is going to be, because obviously if people are buying into this and the marketing is like, Xbox everywhere or whatever, then that's not really true depending on what tier of Game Pass you buy. So buyer beware, don't be sucked in. Not all your games will be available on Xbox if you haven't got the Game Pass tier to support it. So which would be Ultimate, I've got PC Game Pass, that's probably not going to support this thing. I'd have to upgrade and then think about, well, how much is that costing me? So, you know, it's a pretty good strategy to sell you a subscription. So just keep that in the back of your mind. But PlayStation are going to do that. You know, Steam's not there yet, but I think it might be moving in that direction. So there you go. So I'm pretty excited about the Xbox Ally X. I think that looks pretty cool. That would be my pick. That's what I expect in my handheld in 2025. That is cool. And I will catch you guys in the next one. So thanks for watching. See you next time.